Yo, what's going on everyone? Welcome back to my channel for another Out of the Park 23 video. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys my game settings, the one that I personally use for my main saves. I'll be loading up my Oakland A's rebuild save. Hopefully it's going to be my main save for the year. I might end up having to restart, I know, with all the patches they're releasing and stuff, so it might fix some things that I might encounter down the road bug-wise. But if I do, oh well. But if you guys would ever like to check that out live, you can actually watch me stream that live on Twitch. My link will be down in the description, as well as my Twitter, if you'd like to check those out. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you do enjoy this content, be sure to let me know down in the comments. And let me know in the comments as well what settings you like to use or change. If you see something I do a little weird, maybe you think something's better, be sure to let me know. Yeah, hit that thumbs up for me, hit that subscribe button for me, and let's jump right in. Alright, here we are in our my A save. You might notice I'm doing no face cam for this part. I just wanted to make sure I didn't block any of the screen down here where you guys will be able to see everything that you need to see. So yeah, we're just going to start first off by what I like to do with all of my settings. We'll go with file settings, and this is how this look. You know, feel free to pause if you would ever want to copy them for whatever reason. I do like the dark skin, a little easier on the eyes. I do play in windowed where I do stream and stuff, so I'm constantly clicking on like my second monitor. So every time I click on it, if I play full screen, it would minimize it, which is just a little weird for me. But I typically would like to use full screen on most other games. But yeah, I do actually use the icon bar on the left. Some people might find that a little funny. I am a football manager guy as well, and the thing is on the left side, so it just felt more natural to me that way. Not hating if you use it the other ways. I don't think I change anything else here. In miscellaneous, I don't think I touch anything here as well. In 3D and face gen though, if you guys would like to see more of your player's jersey, if you like looking at the players, you know, whenever you click on them, and they'll usually be in the top left, you can come here and change this to out more jersey. And I don't know if you have to change both of these, but I did to be safe. And it would actually zoom out the picture just a little bit, and you can actually see the logo on the front of the jersey, which I like. Just, you know, little minor things I thought was pretty cool. The rest of this stuff I haven't touched, other than maybe this graphic stuff. I mean, we know this game doesn't require a lot graphically in the 3D engine, but I just have it on high anyway. I have a decent PC, so, but like I said, it's not very GPU intense anyway. Haven't touched this stuff, I don't believe. This is all, you know, just random things. Haven't touched on that. But yeah, next thing, game settings. We'll just go through each thing one by one. Global settings. All this should be the same, I do believe. I do use a complete scouting system. I don't incorporate stats into scouting reports. Scouting accuracy, I just have that on normal. I did change this here instead of stars. I like to use the 20 to 80 scale with increments of 5. A lot of these settings are just going to be personal preference, right? So if you have something you like better, that's perfectly fine. And like I said, let me know in the comments if you prefer something else, and maybe I can find value in that as well. All this is the same, haven't changed anything. Over here, I have changed some things. This can help with loading games a little bit. I know some people do struggle, maybe if you have an older PC, or, you know, just something maybe a little outdated, that you get tired of how quick it takes to load between screens. You can come over and turn some of this stuff off. Like, I don't save replays, only save game logs from human teams. I don't do the WPA graphs, I turned those off. Game recaps only did for human leagues, and human leagues here for save box scores. I have my autosave on once a month because I think by default it's on once a year. I do try to remember to save manually quite often, just because I don't want the game to crash or anything. That would be horrible if I was like half a year in and it crashed because I forgot to save. I did put it on once a month just to be safe. Save 3D movements, I actually don't want that on, but yeah, all these are on none. And let's see, prospect rankings, I have this on annually. Let me know if you use dynamically and if you like it better. This is something I've thought about doing, but I just do keep it on annually, which is the default. Enable storylines is still on, and pre-season predictions are still on automatic. I think that's it for this tab. On players and face gen, I'm normal on injury frequency, and occasionally for delayed injury diagnosis, just for a little hint of realism. I do have suspensions on. I did forget to turn this on actually, so I'm glad we did this. I do like to show the player personality ratings on profile page. What that will allow is it'll show their personality right here. This typically wouldn't be here if that's not on, instead of having to go and search for it through other tabs. So it's kind of cool to have this on here, and that's what it does for the 3D face gen pictures I was telling you about. It zooms out a little bit, you can actually see the logos, which is quite cool to me. But yeah, that's what that does. And let's see, we already looked at that tab, my mistake. Where we pick up, oh yeah, so that's the personality, that's where it shows that at. All this stuff is still on, have the nicknames on. I haven't fooled with aging or development speed. This is one I'd be really curious to hear feedback on. I haven't experimented with it. I haven't heard a ton about it. But yeah, if you guys found something that seems a more realistic, you know, I'm all about realism as much as possible. Like, I know it's a video game, but at the end of the day too, we play this because it's one of the best games that mimics as close to real life as possible. This down here, I didn't keep, this is just all default, so it's on keep none for batter versus pitcher stats. The rest is major league stats only. And here I actually do player facing pictures for all players. And after I do that, I click update/generate all player pictures, which is what it will do. Anyone that don't have a face, it will give them a face. And if you do that, just a heads up, it's not a bad thing or anything, but it does take a while to update the player pictures. Like, I'm talking 20 minutes possibly, which isn't horribly wrong, you know. Maybe you can go do something else, make a sandwich or something while you wait, but it does take a while. Right here, I just turned off enable baseball cards. I'm not too concerned with that. And that does speed up your game a little bit. There's probably some more things I could do here to speed it up, but I'm not too concerned. I kind of like the rest of this. I know some people untick enable away uniforms, which will apparently speed things up. And all this down here is just, you know, default. I haven't touched any of this. I think it's to update pictures for, you know, human manager pictures. You can change, I guess this would probably change yours. You could probably put a personal picture in of your own manager in the files maybe. That might be something I'd look into actually. That'd be kind of cool. Yeah, that's it for that one. AI settings. Trading difficulty, I am one tick below the highest. And for trading preference, I do prefer them to favor prospects. I feel that's a little more realistic as well. Just a preference though, because in real life, you know, usually you see if a star gets traded, the other team most of the time is receiving a slew of top prospects in return. Maybe not always, but most of the time, you know, they're getting some pretty good prospects back. As far as player evaluation AI settings go, I changed this some. I have this on 60, and for ratings weight, this is how much the AI obviously values players whenever it comes to evaluating them and in a trade, I would assume. So current year stats, I have that at 25 and have ratings at 60. I want the AI to probably, you know, if a player is showing out this year, having a really good year, I want them to value that somewhat, you know. I don't want them just to completely negate that. But at the same time, I might change this to be a little bit higher because I don't want them to completely, let's say there's somebody who would typically be very good ratings wise, but they're having an off year. You could, I don't like to swindle the AI trading system if possible, because, you know, let's imagine it's a dude who's actually really good ratings wise, but he's having a horrible year. Maybe he's aging. I don't want them to overvalue that either. This is just the almanac. I never fool with this stuff here. Online league, nothing here. Database, nothing here. League settings. Okay, we have a few tabs here. This I haven't touched, but this is where you can obviously conduct your 3D park. You can edit other ballparks, edit the league schedule, the league colors, logos, all that good stuff. If that's up your alley, this is the tab for you. Leagues and teams, I don't touch this either. This is where you can change the structure of the league. If you want to move like the Red Sox to the same division over here with the Cubs and Guardians, and then you can do that, you know. But I just keep it basic, just as it would be in real life for now. Rules, everything is the same here except for I changed something. What was it? Let's see. Okay, no, it's not on this. It's not on this page. It's not on this page. What I was going to say is I changed the ban. I went ahead and banned the shift since I believe that's going into effect in real life next year. I just wanted to go ahead and do it in the first year of the save. I don't think there's a terrible difference in like batting average with it banned and unbanned. I think I've seen a few experiments on the forums if you'd like to check those out, but nothing, I don't think it's a drastic difference. And keep in mind, when the shift is banned, I think just like real life, they will be allowed to do weak shifts where they won't do a drastic one, but maybe they'll only be able to shift just a little bit on the infield. As far as financials goes, I leave all of this default. This here could be something some people experimented with that I've always been kind of interested in. Like, this is just a typical salary for a superstar quality player, star quality player, you know, what you can expect them to ask for. And I'm curious if people have experimented with that, but the rest of this I haven't changed. It's all left at default. Options, right here I turn off enable automatic evolution of the league. A lot of people do like to keep this on. I personally, I don't know if it's just me being stuck in my ways, but personally I don't want stuff to change away from real life if I can help it. just because that's how I like it, right? But if you like that stuff, you know, things can change. Like, you know how this year we just got the DH in both leagues in real life. Well, if you leave that on, that could possibly go away. If you leave that on, they may decide to get rid of DH altogether, or maybe take it away in one league. They can add more offense or defense. Here, I think I can just turn this on just to show you guys. Yeah. Obviously, it impacts expansion. If more teams are added to the league, team relocation, they can just relocate, just change their nickname, the length that a player's on the IL, whether they add more or less offense, meaning maybe they adjust the distance of the mound and stuff like that. And same for more or less pitching to improve defense. Free agent minimum service time, which is something I considered leaving on. I actually may turn this back on after this season or something, just to not mess with my settings in the middle of the season, even though we've only played 3 games and we're losing 0-3 thanks to the Phillies. But yeah, this I just typically do have off. This here is where you can actually change award names, which I find pretty cool. By default, I can't remember what this is on. I think it's typically on like a Great Glove Award, but you can come in and change it to the real life names. I change it to the Gold Glove Award, and this one's usually like on Platinum Slugger or something, but I changed it to Silver Slugger. And you can actually add a custom award here. I haven't messed with this, but this could be kind of cool. I don't know what kind of awards you could come up with. If you guys have any cool ones in the comments that kind of like seem realistic or make sense, let me know. Maybe I can adopt one of those. And this just allows foreigners, like international players, to come over to actually win the Rookie of the Year. The rest of this I have not touched. I can show you guys. I think it's in stats and AIs where the shift is. Yeah, this here I haven't touched as well. Next up, players. All this I left on default. This is where I think you can just modify different things to influence, kind of like a sliders type thing. Kind of slide thing one way or the other. If you increase it, obviously there'll be more of it. If you lower it, there'll be less of it. Yeah, I don't touch that. This is historical stuff. I don't mess with this either. And then stats and AI, this is where you can ban the shift. Select stats detail, I have it on very high. Some people too, this is kind of cool. Sometimes I like to use the year of 2016, and what this does, if you change this, but I'm not changing it this year obviously because it's just blank. But if you change this, it kind of tries to replicate stats from previous years, like how many home runs there were and stuff like that, and that can affect like the simulation engine, which I find pretty neat. Maybe you feel like they hit too many home runs nowadays or not enough, you can go back to a previous year where they hit less home runs and try to replicate those stats in your sim. I haven't touched anything else. Here, hook relief for pitcher is on -5 very quick. I actually like that. What it means to hook a pitcher is how quick the AI will be to remove them if they're getting tired or if they're struggling or something, right? So I think you can also change this according to your pitchers too, by default, or your own pitching strategy. If you would like, for maybe you don't manage your games, but you would like the AI that is managing them as you're simming to remove relievers quicker or starters as they're getting tired, you can increase this, or technically you would lower it, like going more into the negative, but -5 is the lowest, as you can see. Use of closers and all this I don't change. Pitcher stamina I haven't changed. There was an issue with pitcher stamina, but I think this patch that just came out yesterday, it was either yesterday or the day before, I think it fixed it, so that's a good thing. Catcher framing impact, a lot of debate about this one. Haven't found anything to drastically change my opinion yet. If you do see something, you know, let me know down in the comments, link it or something. But yeah, this does go hand in hand, I think, into catcher ability. There's a whole slew of data that combines to make catcher ability this year. I think catcher ability is slightly less important. Shout out to Sergeant Mushroom for his videos, another out of the park creator. But yeah, from what I understand, catcher ability is slightly less important, but you know, we all worship catcher ability. And then this is where you ban the shifts, right? Ban infield shifts, yes. I have it on yes. This will be going into effect next year. I assume this was going to happen anyway next year of the save, but I just wanted to adopt it now. Now, the reason this can still be changed is because, like I said, they can still do infield shifts, but it's not as drastic, right? If you go into your 3D match engine, that is where you will see that you can still ask them to do weak shifts to the left or right, you know, whichever way. But yeah, that pretty much does it for my settings. If I miss anything, I apologize. I know I went through that kind of quick. I guess we'll go through manager options, actually. Forgive me. This is the stuff I do have on. We were talking about in my last video where I was talking about promoting minor league prospects. If you would like to check that out, you can head over to the profile. This is the only thing I have delegated. I like to control literally everything else, but I don't set my minor league lineups, depth charts, and pitching staffs. Other than that, as far as league settings go, this is what we already looked at. And yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, we covered all these pretty much. This one's just covering your specific team. But yeah, that's it. And I really appreciate you guys watching. Means a lot. Thank you so much for the support on the recent video. Like I said, if you would like to watch that, it was a video covering how I personally go about promoting my minor league prospects and how I evaluate them and what matters to me. But yeah, if you guys do enjoy this type of content, please don't forget to hit the like button. It really helps me a ton with the algorithm, and hit that subscribe button and comment down below any settings you like to use. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.